This is the audiobook version of Hacking Bigfoot, Deconstructing an Unknown Species by Marcus Daly, published in 2025. A technical glossary and endnotes with source material are available on the publisher's website, placement.pub. Skeptics versus believers versus detractors versus hoaxers. Bigfootery is characterized by friendships and factionalism. The first social grace you will notice is that the subculture feeds on reactions. If you're a Bigfooter, you'll always have something Bigfoot-related to think about or evaluate or discuss that cannot avoid opposing forces of opinions. The opposing ends of the spectrum are self-proclaimed believers and knowers on one end, and skeptics and detractors on the other. Becoming a knower isn't as straightforward as saying so. When a genuine Bigfoot sighting takes place, it lasts fractions of seconds and lingers as a memory for a lifetime as an inconclusive event. Rarely is there a chance for a second look. It's only tangible through an individual's audio, visual, and sometimes olfactory senses at the time. During the microseconds of a sighting, the creature and the encounter are remembered slightly differently. The longer a memory lingers, the more the memory changes in the human mind. Physical features tend to become exaggerated. Interpretations of these creatures end up significantly varied. Many types of artistic and comical interpretations have shaped our impressions of Bigfoot, differing slightly according to the memory of what an experiencer thinks they saw. A Bigfoot experiencer tends to project disbelief at first because the human mind is faced with a scenario it cannot reconcile. Bigfoot is so unbelievable that even Bigfoot believers struggle with the paradoxical nature of it. Only thick-skinned believers are brave enough to offer realistic views on how their experience could feasibly be of a real unknown species. Sometimes a person evolves into a Bigfoot investigator to fulfill their need to pursue evidence. In their minds, they know for sure they experienced something valid. A Bigfoot non-believer or non-experiencer will never fully grasp someone else's Bigfoot experiences. Bigfoot experiencers will often seek to connect with other experiencers. Some people do the opposite, too embarrassed to discuss or explore possible explanations of what they think they may have witnessed. A Bigfoot experience is not a simple mental quirk. That's a real-world phenomenon that we don't fully understand that seriously impacts people. In some cases, of course, we'll never know if people are fabricating a Bigfoot story. That's when detractors become useful. They spend the time investigating if Bigfoot was real or if it is just real to the witness. Some people seek out interaction with unexplained phenomena and sometimes convince themselves they are actually experiencing it. A bandwagon of skeptics and detractors make the time to seek out and debunk every proposed Bigfoot theory as a social media sport. For some skeptics, the motivation is simply to prevent potential hoaxers from finding their 15 minutes of fame. Skeptics are among the most knowledgeable people in Bigfootery. The only time skeptics withdraw from a conversation is if they genuinely run out of reasons to consider the possibility of Bigfoot being a real species. It doesn't matter what aspect of Bigfoot that is at issue. Anything short of biological evidence is typically dismissed as a hoax, technical anomalies, figments of the imagination, or misidentifications of a known animal. Hoaxers look for opportunities to deceive and get a thrill from stretching out their handiwork. A next-level hoaxer takes pride in being skilled enough to make a payday at fooling people. That is rare. Someone would have to be extremely motivated to meticulously plan deception that stands up to scrutiny. Bigfoot hoaxing can be a full-time job if someone really believes their self-perceived creativity will pay off in some way. In some cases, a hoaxer can sometimes be a Bigfooter. They reach a point where they're too far along with their Bigfoot obsession to concede defeat in their pursuit of answers. They get lost in the details of their plotline and decide they have no choice but to invent evidence. They want notoriety and are willing to work hard to make people believe what they are doing is legitimate research. Other hoaxers are just good storytellers and want to see how far they can go with a tall tale. It's not uncommon for a hoax or a broadcast gimmick to work as designed. Elements of audiences will genuinely believe what they see or hear, no questions asked. In an advertising sense, it is a target demographic. With the pace of technological innovation, we are surely going to see more hoaxes driven by convincing manipulation of digital media. Especially so when anyone of any age and skill level can figure out how to convincingly edit images and use artificial intelligence to create audio and video, create sound effects, and document fictitious scenarios open to the imagination. The result is a vast trove of information that only truly dedicated detractors make the time to dig through to verify. Though some compelling images and footage exist, it will never be enough to demonstrate something tangible.